So, we got some really exciting news regarding new endgame content for Genshin Impact. And this time, it's not just another Abyss rotation or a temporary event mode that disappears after 2 weeks. No, what we're talking about here seems like it could be a permanent, high-stakes addition to the game. Although the official name of this new mode is still unclear, the early information we have about it is already making waves in the community. And let me tell you, if this ends up being true, it might just be the biggest challenge Genshin Impact has ever thrown at us. In this video, we're going to go over everything we know about this potential new Abyss mode. We'll cover the structure, what kind of enemies to expect, how it compares to the current Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theater, and most importantly, why this could completely change the way you build your teams and think about pulling characters in the future. And yeah, this is going to be tough. Even veteran players with highly invested accounts are already nervous about it. So make sure you stick around till the end, because this might be the most impactful leak we've had all year. Let's start with what's been revealed. According to a recent leak shared by Hamdi Jirat, we are getting a brand new Abyss-style game mode. Here's how it works. The new Abyss consists of 6 total floors. Sounds similar to the Spiral Abyss so far, right? But here's the twist. Instead of the usual 2 teams per floor that we've gotten used to in Spiral Abyss, this new mode will require 3 separate teams per floor. That means you'll have to bring 12 fully built characters. No shortcuts. No swapping. You either have 12 solid characters, or you're not going to make it fully. On top of that, each floor begins with 0 energy. Unlike the Spiral Abyss, where you walk in with pre-charged bursts, this new Abyss starts you off with nothing. That means you can't rely on opening with your biggest elemental bursts. You'll have to build up energy during the fight, which adds an extra layer of strategy and difficulty. Energy management suddenly becomes one of the most important things to consider when building your teams. And here's something really interesting to think about. This whole 0 energy start mechanic might not just be a random challenge design. It could actually be setting the stage for Skirk. If you've been keeping up with leaks, you'll know that Skirk is rumored to have a very unique kit that has 0 energy. That makes her one of the only characters who wouldn't be punished by this kind of setup. While other teams are scrambling to get their bursts online and wasting time batterying, Skirk could just jump straight into action with full uptime. If that's not some early preparation to sell her as the perfect solution for this new mode, I don't know what is. And if that wasn't enough already, here comes the biggest bombshell. Every single enemy in this new Abyss is going to be a world boss. Yes, you heard that right. No more small, fry mobs or mid-level elites. We're talking full-on world bosses. Think of fighting the Hydro Tulpa or the Icewind Suite, these 2 annoying dancers from Fontaine, with no energy at the start, and then doing it again and again with different teams. This mode is clearly built to be one of the hardest, most punishing pieces of content in the game, probably even surpassing the Spiral Abyss and Imaginarium Theater in sheer difficulty. For players like me, and I know a lot of you out there feel the same, even the current Spiral Abyss can sometimes be a challenge. Certain rotations are brutal, especially when you're dealing with high-health bosses, annoying shields, or enemy waves that you can't really group together. Now imagine that, but 3 times in a row, per floor, and all with limited energy and 12 whole characters. But here's the thing, it's kind of exciting. Because Genshin's been lacking truly engaging endgame content for a while. Sure, the Spiral Abyss and the Theater exists, but once you collect your stars, there's not much left to do for high AR players. This new Abyss mode, if it makes it into the game, could finally fill that gap. It could give advanced players something meaningful to grind for and challenge themselves with. That said, this is where we have to be real about the downsides too. A mode like this is going to put an insane amount of pressure on people to build meta teams. You can't just walk in with your favorite character if they're not properly leveled, geared, and supported. You'll need full artifact sets, high-level weapons, ideally constellations on key 4-star units to make them viable across all 3 team slots, and, of course, meta characters. And let's face it, building 12 characters at that level is no small feat even for longtime players. That's a lot of resin, a lot of farming, and in many cases, a lot of money. Older 5-stars might struggle here, especially if they don't scale well or lack synergy with current support units. This mode could force players to skip fun characters and pull only what's considered strong or meta. It might lead to frustration, especially for players who just want to enjoy the game at their own pace. Not everyone wants to sweat through 3 team comps every week just for some primo gems. So let's talk about rewards. While nothing has been confirmed yet, if Hoyoverse wants this mode to be accepted by the community, they need to offer something big. I'm talking more primo gems than the current Spiral Abyss and Theater. If the rewards are too low, the effort won't be worth it for most players. But if the rewards are generous, this mode could become the new go-to for endgame grinding. As for when this new Abyss will be added to the game, well, that's still unknown. No official release date has been mentioned, and even the name of the mode hasn't been finalized. Some players speculate that it could arrive in version 6.0 as part of the next big region update. Others believe it might show up even later, but that's just speculation. Until Hoyoverse makes an announcement, we're all just going off leaks and educated guesses. And again, just as a quick disclaimer, leaks are still leaks. Even though these leaks look very exciting, things can change. This mode could be in testing right now and still end up cancelled, delayed, or reworked before it sees the light of day. We've seen similar things happen in the past. So don't panic and don't start overhauling your whole account just yet. Still, it's hard not to get excited about the potential here. A high difficulty mode that requires deep roster building, rewards creativity and planning, and finally gives endgame players something challenging to work toward? That sounds like a dream come true. But it also sounds like a nightmare for players who are still trying to catch up or who don't want to feel forced into pulling specific characters just to stay relevant. In the end, it all comes down to balance. If Hoyoverse can deliver a new Abyss that's fun, challenging, and rewarding without punishing casual players too harshly, it could be a massive win for the community. But if they get the balance wrong, too punishing, too exclusive, or too stingy on the rewards, it could just end up being another mode that only a small percentage of the player base engages with. So what do you think? Are you excited about this new Abyss concept? Do you think Genshin needs more endgame content, or are you happy with the current setup? And what kind of rewards would make this mode worth your time? Let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing what you guys think. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest Genshin Impact news, leaks, and guides, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. I'll be covering more about this new Abyss mode as soon as we get new info, and I've got a lot more content coming your way. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.